My aha moment as a teacher was actually the first time after I taught my first class. I was driving home and I was wondering why my students weren't engaged or interactive. And I was reflecting on my lecture and I actually was reading the slides.
Biggest insight that I had into teaching was I had to be enthusiastic about the material. When I first taught, I was thinking I have to convey this equation and what it does, and students were falling asleep during classes, not paying attention, and I took a step back and thought about what is it that excites me about what I'm teaching right now.
My teaching changed when an international student mentioned to me that they had trouble following the various jargon words that I used.
So my teaching changed when I got my first set of not great teaching evaluations, and it was really a bit of a shock to me. And I sat down with Bill Kahn, our department chair, and we looked at it together and we talked about it. And the thing that he said to me is, you are trying to control the class too much.
I'd have to say my teaching changed when the first time I actually saw students begin to engage when I flipped the classroom, when I turned the discussion around from me presenting information to the students and instead asking, well, what do you think of this?
My teaching changed when there was a lot of debate over should we have allow students to use computers in the classroom. That was a big issue, and I came to the point of, well, we have to, because this is how they were brought up, this is how they gather information, this is how they prepare for cases, it's on their computers. And the thing that hit me with it was when I'm engaging the class in discussions, when it's working, they're looking at me.
Okay, so my teaching basically changed, I think, mostly when I was really starting to talk to recruiters to really understand how they look at our students or so, and what is really important. And that sort of changed maybe more the focusing on projects.
My teaching changed when I realized that I had to forget the technicalities of what I was teaching and really see the students as holistic individuals.
My teaching changed when I realized that a classroom shouldn't just be a teacher talking for 90 minutes. It should be students experiencing the learning and working together to cement those learning principles.
I teach statistics, and I think my teaching became much better when I started using examples from real life and really looking at what excites my students. So I had to learn some baseball.
I think I became a better teacher when I really made sure that how I was teaching and what I was teaching was resonating with the students.
Well, my teaching changed when I realized that the students had changed, that the students are different. It's been 20 years of teaching here, and there's been about 3 different iterations of the demographic that we're teaching.